He's got it all.
Well, if you watch the show, you know Ron and I are always on the hunt for a great Reuben sandwich.
Yes, we are.
So I thought we'd try our hand at it today. It almost didn't happen because corned beef is kind of scarce.
Oh, I know. Well, it's St. Patrick's Day.
Teeth.
It's tough enough to find away from St. Patty's Day, but on St. Patrick's Day or the day before, good
You
luck.
betcha.
Yeah.
I mean, I found some. There was the young guy said, "I've got another box," and I said, "Okay, let's go." So what I want you to do is butter. Instead of buttering the pan, you butter. It's gonna go like this. So, you know, I want you to butter. Oops, that's the right side.
Is that the right side? Okay.
That's the right side. Butter it real good, Ron.
Oh, I'm gonna lather it on. This
so
is
we have
something.
Joe's burner here.
Yeah, Joe's ready to go. He's always
ready to go. And I'm gonna put these down in the skillet.
This isn't the least bit fattening, is it?
Oh no, not the least bit.
Pop that dude on there.
And
like
now,
that.
Ron, you put a piece of. A lot of people don't cover with. Oops, I'm gonna turn that down a little bit.
Okay.
It's going, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Okay, so we've got the cheese right here, got marbled
on both sides.
rye.
All right.
Now, ideally, we would have your husband George make the marbled rye.
Right. So now, Ron.
All right.
I want you to shake that up and put a little bit on one side, and then I'm going to scoot this over.
Dressing. Okay, so just slap that on there a little bit.
Slap that on there anyway, because this is going to be you making the mess on your pretty orange shirt.
Well, it's a good thing it's. A Thousand Island dressing is kind of orange to begin with, so I'm wearing the right color, aren't I? Okay. Is that enough of that, or you want me to put more on there?
It looks good to me. I think we can spread it out there. Now, what you have to do with sauerkraut, and I found this organic kind at Schnucks, I put all of this in the pan together while that bread, so it can warm up a little bit.
Yeah, I like how you put the Thousand Island dressing on during the time it's in the skillet, because I mean, usually what I do, I think what most people do is add it at the very end.
Right. Well, I tried it both ways, and I think this just works out really well.
Okay.
And then we can kind of heat this up so when you get your sandwich, it's all nice and hot. One of the things you notice, though, is a whole bunch of water begins to produce here.
Notice it. Yeah,
which makes your sandwich kind of messy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to dry it off a little bit before we assemble the sandwich.
Okay.
Let's see how the backside's doing. Let me crank that up now. It's hard to.
So we normally do it on medium-high, or medium?
I get the skillet hot because you've got so much butter on there, but you want it to be crunchy on the bottom.
Right.
And then you just kind of move the elements around a little bit so you're getting lots of heat on everything. And
how long do you normally keep that? Not very long, right?
No.
No.
No. I mean, you just really want the bottom to be
kind of a little toasty.
Toasty. It's not really getting very toasty, but that's all right. You'll eat it anyway, won't you?
I will eat it any way you make it, Angie.
But you know, this is just a classic sandwich, and I really never thought about making it until you and I talked about it so much.
Well, because I love a good Reuben. We both love hot browns and Reubens. They're like our favorite sandwiches. But you know, one of these days I'm going to learn how to make a hot brown too. But the Reuben, I mean, I would just buy packaged corned beef and that sort of thing. I think your best bet is to go to a deli that would get it sliced fresh. You know, that's where it's not.
Oh, you bet.
Yeah, and then have that, and then get the sauerkraut. Like you say, you got organic sauerkraut. And I never even thought about putting it in a skillet like this. I think this is a great idea.
It just heats it up for you. I mean, it's a one-pot meal that way. I'm going to dry some of that moisture off of there. Now we're going to put this bad boy together. So if you want to scoop out the...
Easy enough.
Here's your spatula.
I need a spatula.
Scoop out your bread, and I'm going to give you some corned beef.
All right. Where do I put this dude here?
On your plate right there.
Oh, this is my plate? Okay, that'll work.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's a plate.
Or even better.
Well, that's all right. We can cut it on there.
We can cut it, yeah.
We can cut it on there.
Let me get this out of the way so you can see what we're doing.
So here's your corned beef.
All right, nice and warm.
Sloppy. Here's your...
Pile on that sauerkraut, Angie.
Don't you love it? I love it. And it's so good for your gut.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is good for your gut. Now there's your topper back.
Okay, and now, of course, I've already got the Thousand Island dressing on that. Flip that dude over.
And
hey, it is crispy on the bottom.
Oh, it's perfect. It got
Worked out
crispy
really
on
well.
the bottom. Yay.
Okay, all right. It's going to be a little warm.
It's going to be a little warm.
I'm going to give it a go right here.
But don't burn your mouth. Don't burn your mouth. Cut it in two if you want to, so make it a little more manageable.
That's a good way to do it.
Here, let me get my hand underneath there.
Oh my goodness, that is a little bit warm, Angie.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go over here because I brought sandwiches for the entire crew. I knew I didn't have time to make one.
Right.
So you let that cool, and you can at the end of the show, you can give us a little.
I will eat that one
right there. But right now, you can taste this one from Mr. B's in Henderson.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know they even made Reubens at Mr. B's. They're obviously renowned for their wings, right? Well, they also make a good Reuben, apparently.
We'll let this cool, and then we come back for the end of the show. We'll let Ron give it a... How about that one?
Love me some Reubens.
Yes, indeed.
Yours looks great. It really does.
It really does look good.
Can't wait to taste it later on.
All right, we'll taste it after the break. We'll give it a chance to cool down. We'll be back.
It's hot.
Yeah.